guys, Brad from Alberta Boys TV. We got an episode packed full of the 72. We're gonna tear into some more. We're gonna go hit some local shops. We're gonna see S&M Diesel, the Driven Car Show. I can't wait to show you what's coming. A great client of ours, Dave. He's been in the shop many times, got himself a 5th gen Ram, and he's always looking to do something really different with it. Something that you haven't seen. It was one of the first 5th gen Rams here in Alberta. He brought it down pearl white. We color matched with our smooth body liner across the whole front, all the plastics, the grille, the moldings, the hitch receiver. Yeah, and honestly, he's wondering what else we can do because he just wants the truck to stand out more than anything else. So because Dave's always looking to do something different, he called me up and he's like, Brad, what about a Starlight Headliner? Originally coming out with the Rolls Royce, they were the guys that rolled that out. It's just really cool. Called up my man Bryce at Last Resort Fab. He's done many Starlight Headliners, so he was the guy to go to. And I tell you, he didn't disappoint. Wow, when this thing was done, we had 2 motors so we could go 2 different colors, twinkling, fading in and out, and it just took the interior of that mega cab and brought it up a notch. So the next thing he wanted was something under the hood. So the guys at Castle Custom hooked him up.
We're doing add a turbo kit to it. We're gonna do just a non-billet S475 or 5 add a turbo to it. For the 5th gen Cummins, they don't make a twin turbo kit for these yet, so customer brought it to us. We do custom work. Everything in here is 100% custom fitted for this truck, so yeah, should be about 650, 700 on stock fueling.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I know Dave's gonna be pretty stoked about that. Went down to Castle Custom to see what it is they do down there. Now, I've talked to Jared a few times on the phone, never met him face to face, so it was nice to put a face to the voice and see what was up down at his shop.
So I started Castle Customs in 2012 in Pincher Creek, and then was running there, and then we moved up to Calgary to McKnight and Matey Trail, and then from there we moved out here to Crossfield ever since. So.
Oh, awesome, man. So have you been enjoying the move? Like it was good? Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. Yeah, this has been one of our best moves that we could do for us, for sure.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I can see the shop is just chock full of trucks. We got something Looks like you put a lot of time underneath the hood of this guy right here.
Yeah, this one's got a full second gen swap with S467 billet turbo on it, and D&J precision motor into it, and S&S 80% over injectors onto it, and Dynamite Diesel 12 mil stroker pump. But
wow.
It's got some fuel and air to it for that one, yeah.
So is that the main thing you guys do? More working on like diesel trucks and,
yes,
and motor? Or do you guys do like suspension work and lifts, or is it more?
We do a lot of
motors?
suspension work, we do a lot of performance work, we do a lot of maintenance, everything like that. But mostly
awesome.
Performance is our big thing.
So how about you, man? How long you been doing the diesel game?
I've been doing this probably 16 years plus now. Been with Castle for about 4 years now. Yeah, I do everything here, all the stuff in the shop. So yeah, work on 6 vehicles at once, trying to get everything done. So
well, yeah, she's packed back here, buddy. Yeah. She's packed.
Yeah, so mostly we do lots of like more like custom automotive fabrication and diesel performance. Not everyday bolt-on things.
Yeah.
It's the things that don't fit together, I'll make them fit together.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're all about as well. I love it when someone comes in and goes, hey, can you do this? It's like, well, I know I can. I don't know how yet, but I know I can do it.
Yeah, no, definitely get a lot of customers that come in, and I like the whole like, if it's not gonna fit, no, I'm gonna make it fit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I know I was hearing that you guys were fortunate enough that you had a motor, this exact motor already out, so you didn't end up having to tear this motor out of the truck.
So I already had a mock engine, yes. I had a 5th gen exhaust manifold and factory turbo, so I actually built everything on the mock engine first and then put it on the truck after, so yeah, I don't have to be trying to weld anything in the nice truck there, so.
Awesome, man, awesome. Well, I'm excited, honestly, to hear it when it's done, because she's gonna whistle like, and I know Dave he's all about that whistle.
Oh yes, no, for sure, yeah, it's gonna whistle loud, yeah.
This is one of the first we know of here in Canada for a drop-in turbo. He's got a 75 mil turbo popping in that baby. Dave is just a hard-working guy. He's your average dude, busting some hump, working overtime to make sure he can feed that obsession, which is the love of trucks. As you saw in the last episode, Project 72 has changed gears. We're going to an LS swap. We decided we're taking a whole bunch of stuff apart. We found so much rust that it was time to replace fenders, hood, box, and now the client decided he'd like to sandblast the cab. Now, anytime you sandblast, you're opening a can of worms, because you never know what's underneath a 50-year-old truck. And as you're about to see, we discovered some surprises. Update on the 72. We finally got some parts coming in. We've been waiting for months. She was collecting dust. Now we finally got the parts in. We're replacing this whole back end. So as we went and sandblasted her clean, we realized we have a whole bunch of body work to do on this. Thankfully, they make a piece that extends from here all the way down to the bottom. We're gonna replace that. We got our flip kit on the way from Super B. So we're gonna have this rear end dropping down about 5 more inches. We're still searching for something to drop this front end down. It's been hard to find some parts for a 2500 to drop the front end down. We can find everything for the 1500s, but once we go to a 25, it makes things a little bit more difficult, so we're getting a little bit more ingenuity coming out there. So now we're on our way down to Scott's Super Truck, finally go pick up the last of the parts, and we're gonna be able to start putting this thing back together. After sandblasting the truck, we realized even some of the body panels we were gonna patch, too poor to patch. Got some more panels ordered up, and now it's time to tear apart the truck some more. We're gonna go with taking off the back panel, removing the roof. Now with an LS swap, we're gonna tear out that firewall that's in there, clean it up, throw in a new firewall, and figure out where we're going from here. All right, so hopefully last surprise we see on this thing. This is typical for vehicles coming from the West Coast. Salt air sitting in these cavities, giving us some surface rust. Nothing we can't blast away, clean up, we're back on track. team is Danielle. She joined us 6-8 months ago, and it was just refreshing to have somebody join in the shop that is passionate about prep. Prep work is something that's essential to what we're doing. If we don't prep properly, nothing works. It's one of those jobs that people feel is an entry-level job, but it's not. Because if we're not doing that essential job properly, we're not moving forwards. It's been really nice to have more girls on the team. We're called Alberta Boys, but honestly, we're half women and we're half guys. So it's Alberta people kind, apparently.
Hey guys, I'm the newest member to the team here at Alberta Boys Customs. My name's Danielle. I started here about 6 months ago as auto body prep. Growing up, I've always been passionate about art, drawing, and sketching. So when I got into the automotive industry a few years ago, it was taking something broken and making it beautiful again. So when I started at Alberta Boys, it was always something different. And it's nice to see something start from one thing and turn into something different every time.
She's a spitfire. You don't gotta guess what she's thinking, because she's gonna tell you.
We keep each other on each other's toes. Don't really expect what comes out of each other's mouths, but it's a great relationship. His wife, Christine, she is the maverick to my goose. She's a hard worker. We get along really well, and she is super, super amazing at what she does.
Excited to see where she grows in the company. As this company grows, and it's growing fast, honestly, we can't contain the growth within the company. We're bringing people on to help us grow smart, and it's really nice to see where everybody's taking leadership roles and helping us move forwards and grow the company. Danielle's one of those people that's really taking a shining to help things move forward. All right, we're on our way down to S&M Diesel with this F350. Time to throw a BDS lift in this guy. We're down at S&M Diesel, locally owned and operated. They've been in business over 8 years. We got a vehicle coming in and we just can't wait to show you what it's gonna look like. BDS is just an awesome company to work with. They have a no-hassle warranty, so if you got issues with the truck, you know, BDS is gonna warranty that if your factory doesn't. So we just love moving towards a BDS. High quality, they stand behind their product, and they're just a great company to work with. Everything fits like a glove every time. We took and we coated the BDS lift with our high gloss color match smooth body liner, give it a different touch. Also a lot stronger than powder coating. The lift's gonna look good for years. Something else we can do with our product is we can take and we can coat springs. So it's elasticy enough that we can coat the front springs, give those springs a different look. In 3 years, those springs still look good. Plus a touch of color match in that front just adds that little piece that we're looking for. On this Ford, we're getting some of the first sets of the new Toyo AT3s. We were really stoked. Toyo is one of the great sponsors of this show, and they got us some of the first sets on the market. It is the first version of this tire to be snowflake rated. So when we're up in the mountains in BC, trying to make it to those areas that we sled, we have a certified tire for winter, so we're making it where we want to go, not to mention having the aggressiveness of an all-terrain. So in dirt, snow, mud, and in the mountains, we're getting to the places we're looking to go. When we're looking for rims, I always call up my man Steve down at Wheel Pros in Vancouver. He's always telling me about the newest rims on the market, some of the coolest rims on the market, and those guys hook us up. did something different, never tried coating leaf springs yet. So we got the rear leaves done, unpacked them, got them down from BDS. Excited, the product, it's just so stretchy. So we know that the front springs, we've done front springs before, so that's gonna turn out really good. This thing's gonna look way different. Really cool color, velocity blue. And of course, Mark always does a fantastic job. We're going from stock height to a 6-inch lift, and on these new Fords, that means you can throw some 37s on them, and that's gonna change the look of this thing in a huge way. Throwing a bunch of smooth liner on her. Another BDS lift, we got this truck, the Owner Dubs Blue Balls. We're going to the 6-inch BDS lift and we're coating everything. That way this lift keeps looking good. Fortunate that before all of this COVID stuff went down, we got to hit up the Driven Car Show in Edmonton. Just about to hop into Driven. I was talking with Mark, the guy that puts it on. Solid dude. This is an Alberta-based car show that tours around the whole country. It was so nice to come down there, meet a whole bunch of the guys. We were one of the very few trucks. It's usually an import show where you see a lot of tuners, a lot of cool cars, but we got to bring a crowd of trucks down, and it was a blast. We brought a few trucks down. We've got the red 2nd gen, love being part of this build. Then we have part of the Firehall 5th gens. We've got our semi-smooth across the front, headlights by Evolution Motorsports. And then we have one of our favorites, the Sherman. She came with us. She's a 2nd place holder in the World of Wheels that we were at earlier this year. The next we have White Diamond. And then we got this beautiful truck right here. And then we have Beau Blue. Wow, all out.
Like when you talk about a show car, that's a show car.
And then here's Chris's. Custom Sherwood. Beautiful. I love it. They changed this truck up a little bit. So they took some of the accents that were sitting red and went black with it.
Yeah.
I think it's even nicer than what it was before.
Yeah, it is.
Cleaned her up, blacked that out, blacked out here, blacked out the front end. Yeah. Oh man, what did he all build on this thing?
That is really cool.
Wow.
I hadn't seen those yet.
Did he build these brackets? Denise, do you know anything about it?
Well, this is a Fab 4 cutout for the bumpers, but then I'm pretty sure he probably modified these, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he's got his 5-star there. I mean, good brand representation.
Less bumper, more jumper. I made it on the TV show.
Less bumper, more jumper.
Is that a Sonata? That is actually sick. There's a Sonata. Look at the Sonata, man. That is awesome. I drive a Sonata, boys, or my wife does.
You know, we had all sorts of cool trucks sitting there, and it was a show. It was a blast. Nice to feature what we do in front of a crowd that doesn't usually see it. Looking into that roof a little bit more on this white Ram, we realized we got to tear this thing off. It's time to take it off. We got rust underneath, we got panel bond letting go, and we're not seeing any welds. So it looks like this thing was 100% panel bonded on. And lots of people don't understand that panel bond has a short shelf life. So if you're not using it quick, it expires, and you gotta check that stuff out. So I think that might be what we're looking at here, as we had the box side just falling off the truck. The roof is falling off the truck. So it's time to tear this thing open, see what we got underneath there, and see what we have to work with. As we got the box sides off this truck, something that happens often with something that's sitting over 10 years old, find more rust than you anticipate. So we not only are replacing the inner that's on the outside of the box, but the inner that's on the inside of the box. And it was time to do some sandblasting on the inside. Sandblast that rust off, rust treat it, then seal it back up, and we know we're gonna have something that's gonna last. Alright guys, so there we are. Another episode of Alberta Boys TV. Glad you joined us. I can't wait to show you guys what's next, because we got some cool stuff coming down on Alberta Boys TV.